Genome, or Genome by 2Notes, is a very, very, very exciting plugin. The other day I did a video about it, and even though I was like focusing on like first views and like quick notes, and basically the focus in that video was the ease of use. And I felt like it was a little bit of a letdown, which led me to feel that I needed to revisit this one. So today, my friend, we take a round 2 at Genome by 2Notes. I'm Jorge Lanza, sing now. We break it down, baby. So yeah, like I was saying, I did that video the other day, and right out of the bat, a few of my needs were just not met. So even though I felt like I was trying to give it an extra chance by trying to go to check the presets, terrible mistake because like we've said in the channel a lot,
presets usually suck.
But it was my attempt to be fair, because I was just thinking maybe for somebody, this was like the best sounding representation of what the plugin is. And I felt that just like because the plugin didn't meet my expectations in the very, very beginning, my whole vision of it was gonna be totally tainted. So I just decided to stop, take a couple days off of it, and just try to like come up with a fresh mindset and revisit what this great plugin seems to be doing. Because like I said in that video, it seems to be a very, very, very complex and complete plugin. So let's go check it out. All right, so here we go. We have the interface, and in this case, this is the first amp that they put right there. Like when you open the amp, this is exactly what you get. Let's get a guitar. Today we're gonna be using my PRS SE Custom 2408 because I love this guitar. So right now I'm on my neck pickup. So yeah, very interesting tone in my opinion. And even like if I were to turn the volume down, it just reacts really well, which is something that I really appreciate in an amp. So now knowing that that sounds good, why don't we build on it and see what we can get? Hopefully that way I can judge this plugin a little bit better. All right, let's move on. All right, so the first thing that I want to do is that I saw that they have like a clone drive. There you go. It looks fire. Let's see how it sounds. That's a nice breakup. Let's see what happens if we just like turn it down to like a more clone setting in my mind. Come on, get out of here. I mean, that sounds killer. Come on, now let's do the opposite. Let's turn it all the way up and down here. I mean, to me, that sounds really, really good and exciting, right? I mean, to me, that's a very nice sounding and exciting pedal. Now let's just get a little bit more of like a sensible setting. Again, I like this clones like around this. Let's see if we can move the whole situation. Yes, perfect. Okay, now let's see. So I saw that they also have the green mini, which we all know what that is. So let me turn the clonotar off and just do this at a very sensible setting. Again. This sounds really good. Okay, now that we know that that sounds great and that I don't like this reverb, let's try to tweak it to something that I actually like. First and foremost, this is way too much reverb. Unless you're doing like ambient or something. It's not that it sounds bad, it's just that, I don't know, that wide effect and all that kind of stuff is just too much for me. I wish they had like a spring reverb. Let's see if they do actually. Club verb, small and bright, blah, 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 blah. Spacey, let's try spacey. All right, let's try the slap. See what's up here. It's just so much. Let's turn it down. I guess like subtlety is not its name, so let's go to something like this, spacey. See how it feels? I mean, it's good sounding. I don't know why something about it doesn't connect with me. Ooh, it sounds horrible when I turn it off. What's going on? We just turn it down then. Then let's try this dupe delay. Maybe that would sound good with this reverb here. And then maybe let's try to turn this high gain down. And let's try to use the clone instead of the green mini in a very subtle setting. So again, like I was saying, the sound is actually really, really, really good. So why don't we just change to something a little bit more high output, mute this guys.
See what happens.
Go to amplifier, and let's try this Albion, which of course it looks like it could be sort of like a Marshall. And then here's the big downfall. Right, I changed the amp and now I have a Marshall, but I still have the same cabinet that I had with the Fender kind of sounding amp. And if we're just curious and we just like play it and see what happens. How do you like that, Marshall? So in my opinion, that is something that needs improvement. As a developer of the plugin, they are giving you such a great amp, such a great plugin, such a great model, such a great sound. And then you switch your amp and all of a sudden it's a not really becoming sound. It's like, sort of iffy, right? You're kind of like downselling a great sounding plugin. You're losing a little bit on first impressions. And I feel like a plugin so good, like this one, deserves a little bit more attention. All right, but let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Let's go back to checking out this Marshall. Okay, so now that we know that this is mismatched, let's go here to a 412 and let's try this. I mean, to me that already sounds so much better, right? And they both sound great, so whatever. Let's keep moving. I want to hear this amp all the way up. Ooh, got a little bit gnarly. Let's see. I feel like we need a gate now, right? So let's turn this on and check it. Let's push it as we would with like a tube screamer. Let's try the clone and see if that's better. And as you can tell, I get too excited sometimes and I clip the signal. But it's not too bad. At least like the plugin doesn't sound bad at all when I clipped it right now. Even for this amp not being like a super high gain amp, I think it sounds really cool when we put the clone in it. Every time I see this clone, I kind of just want to laugh because of that little dinosaur. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And while you're there, remember, like, subscribe, and do all those cool little things that we like to do on YouTube. And enjoy this little bossa nova, my friend. I hope your day keeps getting better and better. Right, let's go. Let's see if we open it up a little bit. Yeah, it sounds pretty good. Let's turn it off again. And let's try to choose an amp that is actually high gain. And let's turn this off. And let's go for this. I want to say this. It's a Mesa Boogie, right? I'm picking so hard right now. Because I switch picks, and you would think it doesn't make any difference, but there you go. I'm picking so much harder because I'm not feeling like the resistance that I'm used to, right? This is more like I pick. No wonder I was starting to sound like all out of tune and everything, because of course I was like bashing this thing. This sounds pretty good. Let's try to give it a little bit of depth. But this would not be my video if I were to 7. I have to hit that
10.
I'm not going to say that it sounds like a Mesa Boogie because I honestly feel like it doesn't, but it sounds great. So I don't really care if it doesn't sound like a Mesa Boogie. Decided to switch the cabinet and see if it works better with the other one, just for fun. Why not? It actually does sound better with that one, so I'm pleased with that. So again, see what I was saying? The plugin sounds great, but you're sort of like afraid to tweak it because you know that everything that you change, you have to change something else after. Nothing is like helping you along the way, which is okay. I feel like in the real world, that's what it will be like, right? You have to go get all the things, or you have to have been a super nerd beforehand and just like patch everything and have it all ready to go, which most people don't even do. Like most people don't even set up a template, and that is just a couple clicks. So imagine in the real world, go start changing cabinets and all that kind of stuff. Crazy. But yeah, I feel like there's nothing really wrong with this plugin, so why don't we just go and check a few conclusions. Alright, so I don't know if you're right there with me, but the plugin sounds
really, really good.
and if you take control of it and you're doing all the tweaks yourself, and you're not leaving anything to like a preset or like something that somebody else tweaked, you can get really, really deep. And earlier today, I was on a live stream trying to check the plugin a little bit and familiarizing myself with it. And I was checking this thing called Codex, and it's like super deep. I felt like maybe this is the actual best thing of this plugin, and maybe it deserves a video on its own. But again, so today you notice like I was just trying to make it sound good. Like what would I be using? And I know that if I start tweaking it, I can definitely make a tone that I like. I already know that I can trust the process that they have. I can trust the tools that they're giving you. Everything sounds really great. I wasn't hearing any like weird whistling or aliasing, except when I turned the reverb off. It gets like that glitchy like sample rate conversion issue. I don't know, it sounds weird. But other than that, I'm mostly impressed because it's a great sounding plugin, and something that I haven't said all throughout these videos is that it's only $79, which in my opinion, for something this good and this tweakable that holds so much promise, I think it's a killer investment. I might go crazy and get myself a copy of Genome later on in the year, maybe during the sale seasons or whatever, or anytime that I feel like it. Because I feel like it's maybe like one of these plugins that I feel like I want to dig deeper, find out what I can do with it, and what I can share with you. But if you want to see the dark side and the negativity that I put around this plugin, go check this video right here, my friend. I mean, I had to do it. That was my first impression. Go check it out and let me know what you think. Thank you for being here again.